So today topic we need to discuss about the modeling part. Okay, what is where the modeling part will be there? This is the in the left panel. The last one option is there, right? This is a model. Okay, model is nothing but providing a relationship between the data sets is called as modeling. Okay, when you want to provide a relationship between the data set, then here only you can provide it. What is the use of providing a relationship? Why we need to provide a relationship? If there is no relationship is not a relationship is not there, then what the problem it is facing means? Let's see here. Let's discuss it. Okay, suppose in this model, if you didn't provide a relationship, why we need to provide a relationship means, okay, when you are representing a data in the column, in the visual, okay, whenever you are representing the column values in the visual, okay, suppose if you take all the column from one data set, then there is no issue is there. Okay, that means sales column and cogs column. That means when we are creating a visual, okay, so whatever visual we are creating, for in that visual, if you take all the column from one data set, see here, I'm creating this particular visual and I'm taking all the column from financials only. Okay, then it is showing the proper results. Okay, it is showing the proper result. That means Canada, for Canada, this is the sales and this is the cogs. For France, this is the sales and this is the cogs. Like this, the accurate values it is showing. But sometimes if you take multiple column from multiple data sets, suppose I'm taking a column from country column, I'm taking from financials, and sales column I'm taking from financials of two. See here, if I'm taking a column from sales and costs, see, immediately it will throws an error, because see, that means while at the time of representing the data, while at the time of representing the data in the visual level, okay, in the visual, if you take the column from one, if you take all the column from one data set, there is no issue. But if you take from different column from different data set, okay, then it will throws an error, because there is no relationship between those two data sets. Okay, so what will happen here? Country column I'm taking from financials, sales and cogs column I'm taking from financials of two, data set. Okay, so if you create any particular visual from different data set, different columns, okay, so must and should relationship is required. If there is no relationship, this is the error it will throws it. That's the reason in the model we can provide a relationship between the data set. Okay, so suppose for example, if I'm providing a relationship between the data set, okay, after providing a relationship between the data set, see here, it is showing the exact result. That means without having any error, it will show the values. Okay, let's see. Okay, so in the sales column, it is in text data type, I think so. I don't want text. I want to Cox also. See, now it is showing proper results. See, previously it will throw the visual level, it will throws an error, because I'm taking a column from different data set in the visual. At that time, first it will check whether the relationship is there in between the data set. If the relationship is not there, then immediately it will throw an error. If the relationship is there, then it will show the exact values. So in the model only we can provide a relationship between the data set. Okay, so now you understand why we need a relationship between the data set, because of while we are representing the data in the visual. Okay, so if you take the column from different data set, then so between those two data set relationship is required. If there is no relationship, immediately it will throw some error. Understand, Swagat?
విజయ్, ఇప్పుడు రిలేషన్షిప్ అనేది ఒక టేబుల్ కి ఇచ్చినప్పుడు ఇప్పుడు మీరు సేల్స్ లో బేస్డ్ ఆన్ ద కంట్రీ వైజ్ మీరు సేల్స్ తీసుకున్నారు కదా.
అంటే I will no. See, first of all, these are the topics in the Power BI model. Okay, model related topics. First of all, for first question related, do you understand or not why we need to provide a relationship?
Yes.
Okay, so yeah. Once the model part is completed, your all doubts will be clear. Don't worry. Okay. So next one is common column must and should required ability. Okay, so what will happen is when we are providing a relationship between the data set, you have to choose common column between the data set. Okay, one common column must and should required between the data set. Any common column, either a character related or a numeric related or a decimal related or a date related, any common column you have to choose between in both the data set. Okay, one common column. Okay, so when you are applying a merge queries in transform data, you are choosing a common column between the data sets or not. Okay, same here also. When you provide a relationship between the data set, must and should you need to choose a common column between the data set. Okay, and in this data set also you have to choose a common column. In this data set also you have to choose a common column. Okay, in both the data sets, common column is one common column must and should required. Understand? So any common column you can take it. Okay, and one more thing is, while we are choosing a common column between the data set, okay, that means column names must not be a same. Okay, that means it is not mandatory to set the common columns as with the same names. Either you can take the same column names, or else you can take the different column names also. Suppose here I'm taking country column, here I'm taking something product country column name. Okay, name is product country. Here it is a country column. Okay, so with the while we are providing a relationship between the data set, if you take the common columns as a different common columns also, it is accepted, or else same columns also it is accepted, anything. Okay, but the data type must and should be the same. Okay, suppose if you to choose a common column as country column, here you choose a date column. Okay, when you provide a relationship with the country and date column, is it a proper relationship? No, right? We cannot provide a relationship between the data set as a different column or different data type related. Okay, you have to choose a proper common columns as with the same data type related. Okay, if here it is a country is a text column, here also text related common column only you have to choose it. Understand clearly? Understand clearly, Swagat?
Yes, Vijay.
Yes, Vijay.
Okay, that means must and should, while we are providing a relationship between the data set, means must and should required a common column. Only one is enough. Okay, not more than not more than one. Only one common column is enough. With that common column only we can provide a relationship. And that common column must and should be, if it must and should be with the same data type. But column names, whether it is the same or it is a different, it is acceptable. Okay. So when you provide a relationship between the data set, common column is required. That common column must and should be with the same data type. And if it is a different column name or same column also, it is accepted. Understand? That is the second point. Understand? Common column is required between the data set. Now, how many ways we can provide it? Now, let's provide a relationship. Okay. Now, actually, so while we are providing a relationship between the data set, common column is required. Now I got the common column between the data set. Then how we can provide a relationship between the data set? In two ways we can provide a relationship between the data set. One is drag and drop the columns, or another one is you are another one is you have to use an option called mayonnaise relationship. Another one is you have to use an option called mayonnaise relationship. Okay. One option is drag and drop the columns. Another one is mayonnaise. First, we need to use drag and drop the columns. Okay. So in two ways we can provide a relationship. One is drag and drop. How you can drag and drop? So in this particular data set, this is a financial data set, and in this is a financial 2 data set will be there. In between the data set, I want to provide a relationship. So if you want to provide a relationship, what is required? Common column. So in this particular data set, my common column is country. In this particular data set, the common column is country. Okay. Understand? So now how you can provide a relationship means just to drag and drop the column to that particular. See here. So which column you want to provide a relationship? Just to drag and drop to that particular column. See here. Then automatically the relationship will happens between the data set. Okay. See here. So under financials of 2, what is the common column I'm choosing? Country. Under financials, what common column? Country. Okay. So that means whenever you drag and drop the column onto the particular column, this window will open. In this window, automatically those common columns are selected in between the data set. Okay. Once you click on OK, then the relationship will happens between the data set. Understand? That means the relationship will happens between the data set. Okay. So the relationship will happen. See here, whenever the relationship will happen, there is a thick line will happens between the data set. See, the line is there, right? That we can, that it will indicates as a relationship will happens between the data sets. Okay, this will indicate the relationship will happens between the data set. Understand clearly or not? Okay, this is how we can provide a relationship. So if you want to delete that relationship means, so when you mouse over to that particular line, see here, whenever you mouse over it, what is the common columns, on which columns you are providing a relationship means, how you know means whenever you mouse over to that particular line, see those common columns are highlighted. That means the relationship will happens with the country related column. Okay. Suppose if you want to delete the so for providing a relationship, drag and drop the columns. Okay. If you want to delete the relationship means more right click on that particular line. On the line itself, you have to right click on that particular line, and there is an option called delete. Okay, there is an option called delete. When you click on S, okay, the relationship will be deleted. Okay, the relationship is deleted in between the data set. Okay, the first option, what we what we learn. So how we can provide a relationship between the data set. Okay, then second option is how we can delete the relationship. Right click on that particular data set, and you will have an option called delete. Okay, suppose for example, where is that one? What happened? Okay. Suppose for example, I want to edit the relationship. Okay, let's provide a relationship, and after that, see here, drag and drop the columns and click on OK. Then in between the data set, relationship will happen. Okay, if you want to delete the relationship, means right click on that particular line itself, then there is an option called delete it. And one more thing is, can we edit the relationship? Okay, suppose for example, now I am taking a country column is the common column. So that means after 2 months or like that, I want to choose a different common columns between the data set. If you want to take the different common column between the data set, means that means in between that relationship must and should be editable or not. Okay, whenever you want to change it, means you want to, that means that relationship need to change it to editable form. If you want to edit the relationship, okay, if you want to edit the relationship, okay, if you want to edit the relationship, means how we can edit it, means okay, on the line, mouse over to that particular line itself, mouse over to that particular line, there is an option called, right click on that particular line itself, there is an option called properties. When you click on the properties, then again that particular window will open, or else or else double click on that particular line, or else what we need to do, double click on that. When you double click on that particular line itself, this window will open it, and if you want to change anything in this window, you can edit that particular relationship. Or suppose I want to change the common columns as product and product. Okay, like this you can change it. Select that particular common column, select that particular column here. Suppose I want to take it as a common column as a discount. On the column header, you just select it, then automatically the common column is selected. Here also you need to choose a proper common column. Understand? Like this. Okay, whatever common column is there, so only with one common column only we can provide a relationship. Okay, like this, if you want to edit the relationship, means this is another way of editing the relationship. Understand clearly or not? Okay, this is how another way of providing a relationship. So after that, when we are providing a relationship between the data set, so here I'm deleting the relationship. Okay, if I want to delete the relationship, right click on that particular line, and if you want to provide a relationship between the data set, means drag and drop the column. Okay, drag and drop the columns. Whenever you drag and drop the column, this window will open, right? So in this window, the first what data set you need to select it here, you in this particular drop down itself, to which data set you want to provide a relationship, you have to choose that particular data set here. After choosing, okay, this here, you can select the data set here, and here also you need to select the data set. After choosing a data set after choosing a data set here, your next point is you need to choose the common columns. What common columns are required for you? That common column must and should you need to select. After choosing a common column between the data set, there is an option called cardinality. Okay, cardinality. Okay, in this there are four types of cardinalities are there. Okay, one to one to many to one, and many to many. Okay, how many types of cardinalities are there? See here, many to one to one, many, and many to many. Four types of cardinalities are there. Vijay, what is this cardinality? I didn't understand. Okay, that means whatever. So here, whatever common columns are you choose data. Power BI will automatically choose the cardinality. You don't need to change anything, or you no need to select any cardinality. Power BI will automatically it will take it. Okay. Okay. Whenever you choose a common column between the data set, Power BI will choose the cardinality. Okay. So if it is many to one means star and one will be there. Okay. If it is one to one, that means one and one will be there. One to many means one and star will be there. If it is many to many means star will be there. What is this one? I didn't understand. Okay, suppose that means whatever, if suppose if it is whenever you choose a common column, if you choose, if it is if the cardinality is automatically, it will take it as many to many means what is the meaning of that one means. So whatever common column you are choosing in between the data set, okay, this many, okay, the first many is for first data set common column, second many is for second data set related common column. Okay, that means this is a left table, this is a right table. So first many is for left table related common column. Okay, this second table related common column is this many will be there. What is many? Means many is nothing but duplicate values. Duplicate in the common column, if it is a duplicate values are there, whatever common column we are choosing, in that common in that common column, if any value is repeating more than one time, that means that column is duplicate values or not. So if the column contains a duplicate values, then it will take it as many. Okay, if the common column contains a distinct values, then it will take it as 1. Understand or not? Swagat, Ravi.
Yes,
Yes,
please.
Vijay.
Clear.
Okay, that means after choosing a common columns, Power BI will choose, or Power BI will automatically choose this cardinality. Power BI will choose, Power BI will choose automatically Power BI will choose the cardinality. Okay, if it is many to many means, okay, this first many is related to first table common column, second many is related to second table related common column. Okay, many means, that means many means in that particular common column there are duplicate values are there. Only we are discussing about the common columns here, not for complete table. Okay, in this particular common column, if any value is repeated more than one time, then that it will take it as many. Okay, because in that common column having a duplicate values are there, that's the reason it will it will take it as many. Okay, so in both the tables, if it is many to many means, in both the table common columns contains a duplicate values. Understand or not? Suppose if the cardinality is many to one, what is the meaning of this one? Swagat.
ఫినాన్షియల్స్ లో డూప్లికేట్స్ ఉన్నాయి, ఫినాన్షియల్స్ 2 లో డూప్లికేట్స్ లేవు.
అంతే. But you have to say, not, don't say like financial table having a duplicate.
The common column has duplicates.
Yeah, you have to mention that particular point. Okay.
Sure.
Financial common column contains a duplicate values. In financial 2 common column contains a distinct values. That's the reason we need to one. Suppose, for example, if I'm choosing 1 to 1 means
both the common columns has distinct values.
Very good. Both the common columns have distinct values. If we choose 1 to many, then Ravi. Yeah, tell me, what is the meaning of 1 to many?
In financial common column having distinct values, and financial 2 column having duplicate values.
Very good. Okay, so now you understand it. You no need to choose any cardinality. Then whenever you choose a common column between the data set, automatically Power BI will choose the cardinality. Okay. Understand clearly or not? Okay. How many types of cardinalities are there? There are 4 types: 1 to 1, 1 to many, many to 1, and many to 1. Okay. So whenever you choose, whenever you click on OK, so whenever you provide a relationship between the data set, see here it is a star is there. Star is nothing but many. Okay. If it is 1 is there, means 1. Okay. If it is star means many, like this it will shows. So here this is the star it is showing. Here also it is showing the star. That means it is many to many relationship. Many to many relationship. See Vijay, what is this one? Means this we can call it as cross filter direction. What is that? Cross filter direction. How many types of cross filter directions are there? There are 2 types of cross filter directions are there. One is single, another one is both. How many types of cross filter directions are there? There are 2 types of cross filter directions are there. One is single and another one is both. You can change as per your requirement. The cross filter direction you can change it. Either you can put a single or you can put a both. You can do, but cardinality you no need to choose anything. Automatically Power BI will choose the cardinality. Okay. But cross filter direction, you have to choose your own requirement. Either you can choose it as a single or both. Then what is cross filter direction? Let's see with example. Okay. Let's see with the example. So in between these data set, like export 1, 2, 3 and distinct. Okay, so here the cross filter. First I need to choose single. Okay, when I'm choosing single, oh, why it is we cannot choose single? So suppose, for example, single related we can take it, then you will understand. See here, I'm choosing a cross filter direction as single. Then what will happen? Distinct one data set, many. So whenever you choose a cross filter direction, if you choose a single, what will happen here? It is in the visual level, filter changes will be different. In the visual level, filter changes will be affected. Okay, let's see what it is. If I'm choosing single, okay, how the direction will be there here? How the direction will be there? So here in between the distinct one data set and many two, okay, the direction is like it will go the direction from distinct one to many two data set, right? So it will go the direction from distinct one data set to many two. Okay, in this what will happen here? It is the direction is going from which direction? See here, in which direction it is there? It will goes from distinct one to many. How I can say it will goes from distinct one to many means, so in the center part of the line you will see the direction, right? That means if the direction is down means it will goes from distinct one data set to many two. If the direction is there from many to to distinct one means then it is the direction is there in upward direction. Like that it will be there. Okay, like upward direction it will be there. If it is upward direction means the direction will goes from many to distinct. Now the direction is from distinct one to many. So whenever it is the direction is down, see here the direction is down. That means distinct one to many two it will goes. What is the meaning of that one? Means, so if you select in the distinct one data set, okay, take the distinct one data set and take the many two data set column. I'm taking a distinct one column, any column in the distinct data set, any column you can take. May in the many two data set, any column you can take it in the visual level. So here I'm taking a distinct one related column. Any column you can take it. So here I'm taking many two related many two related column. I'm taking any column, not here. Actually, it is only one columns are available. In sometimes in the real time, you will have multiple columns are there. Okay, so any column you can take it, any column from any data. Okay, in between the data set you can take any column in the visual. Okay, then see what will happen. Okay, so how the direction will be there? Here the direction will be goes from distinct one to many two. Okay, this is a distinct one, distinct related column. This is a many two related column. Okay, so in the distinct one related, the direction is goes from distinct one to many two, right? If I'm selecting any value in the filter, okay, in the visual, if I want to filter any value, Okay, then see here. If I'm selecting any value in the distinct one value, okay, then see the many to column value automatically it will be filtered. Understand? Suppose, for example, if I'm filtering from many to distinct one column, then what will happen? That means this is a many to related column, right? If I'm filtering from this side, I'm selecting 3. Then what will happen? See, nothing is selected here. Nothing is selected. I'm selecting a 3 value in the this many to related column value. Okay, in the visual. Okay, nothing is selected. But if I'm selecting any value in the distinct one, okay, so automatically many to related value it is displaying. Why it is how it is showing, why showing like this? Because the cross filtered direction it is single, and this direction is also going from distinct one to many two. That's the reason. That means if you filter any column value from the distinct, automatically the filter will happens in the many two data set. But if you filter any value in the many two to that in the distinct related column, it won't filter. Okay. It won't filter. But if you want to filter in both the directions, means you have to change this direction to both. Okay, double click on that particular one, you can edit that particular relationship, right? When you want, if you want to edit that particular relationship, means double click on that particular line, this window will open and you can change it to both. Okay, so both won't work here because maybe some other regions. Yeah, we can check it from distinct one to many here, many one. Okay, so if I'm filtering, this is a distinct one, and this I'm taking from many one, not many two. Okay. Okay, so if I'm filtering from here, see here, that value will be filtered. Suppose if I'm filtering here, see, it won't be affected because the direction is going from distinct one to many. Okay, only one direction. That means in one direction only filter will happen. That direction is distinct one to many. That means if you filter any value in the distinct column, then automatically many one related value it will be filtered. Okay, suppose for example, if you want to filter many one related column, then automatically that value will be filtered here. Then how we can do it means you can change the direction to from single to both. When you select both means in both the ways the filter will happens. That means if you select any value from many one column, it filter will happens to the distinct. If you select any value in the distinct column, distinct one column, the filter will happens to many one. Understand? Let's see. Suppose if I'm selecting one, okay, one value will be filtered here also. Okay, if I'm filtering 3, so the same value it will be filtered here. That means in both the tables, okay, filter will happen. If it is a both, means in both the table, if you filter any column in between the data set, the filter will happen. Okay, If it is a single means in which direction is there, first you have to check the direction, how the direction will be there. Okay, suppose if I'm taking a single means, if I'm selecting a single means, how the direction will be there, that means it will goes from, it is a down means it will goes from distinct one to many one. Okay, in that direction it will be there. Okay, if it is there like that means the filter also will happens from distinct one to many one. That means in the distinct one column, if you select any value, the many one value related it will be filtered. Okay, if you filter any value from the many one, it won't filter because the direction is not there like many one to distinct. It will be there from distinct one to many. The down direction will be there, not up the direction. Okay, you understand the difference between single and both Swagat and Ravi?
Yes, Vijay.
Okay, tomorrow